Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. We're looking at exponential type patterns for sequences where we multiply by the same thing every time. Let's look at another case, maybe where we take something like 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, 1/2, 1/4. What are we doing? We are multiplying by a half each time. So our formula could read as 128 times a half raised to the nth power. What did I do? Well, this is the y-intercept, right? If that's a 1, 2, 3, go back 1 to 0. So I have to, so 1/2 of 128 is 64. Now you could have also written the formula this way, and both ways are perfectly fine. You could have just taken the 64 and said that times a half to the n minus 1, less figuring, however, a difference in the representation of the exponents, which sometimes this is actually beneficial, and sometimes this might be beneficial. Okay, so this is just another example of how we can take a sequence that's exponential and write it down a formula for it. Now, the common word that we use for these types of sequences is geometric. Just like we use the word arithmetic for linear straight line sequences, we use geometric for exponential. Why do we use different terms? Not sure, but maybe it just emphasizes that we're working with a sequence instead of something that's continuous. Like an exponential function or a line. Okay, so geometric and arithmetic. Another thing that we need to think about, oftentimes when people deal with geometric type sequences, they use some terminology. They use the letter R, and they call it the common ratio. For arithmetic, when they use D, that's like the common difference between successive terms or consecutive terms. Common difference. A common ratio is just the common multiplier of what you're multiplying to get from one term to the next. It's R. So if you wanted a formula, they would say A sub n is equal to A1 times R to the n minus 1. They might write something like that. But of course, we saw that you can also write A sub 0 times R to the n. But we usually use the letter R to refer to the multiplication slope. Instead of M, we use R. Thanks for watching.